After Chioma left, I thought things would go back to normal. I told myself I was just imagining things. Maybe it was stress, or maybe I was reading too much into her warnings. But then, the dream started again. This time, they weren't about fire. They were about Chioma. In my dreams, she stood alone in a dark classroom. Shadows moved around her, twisting and stretching like they were alive. She didn't speak to me, she spoke to the shadows. And when she finally looked at me, her eyes glowed faintly. One night, I woke up sweating and shaking. My wife turned over in bed, mumbling.
Another bad dream.
Yes, I said, but I didn't tell her everything. I didn't tell her that Chioma had whispered something in my dream. You can't stop it, sir. Back at school, strange things kept happening. My chalkboard erasers disappeared, only to show up in weird places, like on top of the ceiling fan. The classroom clock stopped at exactly 2:17 every day, no matter how many times I fixed it. One day, the classroom door slammed shut so hard the glass broke, even though no one was near it. The students were scared. They didn't say it out loud, but I could see it in their faces. They thought Chioma had left something behind. One afternoon, while I was alone in the classroom grading papers, I heard it again, the soft laugh. Who's there? I called out, my voice shaking. No one answered. Then the laugh came again, closer this time. I turned to Chioma's old desk and froze. There was a folded piece of paper sitting on it. I picked it up, my hands trembling. It was written in Chioma's handwriting. They are watching you now. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about the note. I went to the school office and searched through Chioma's records. I needed answers. What I found didn't make sense. There was no birth certificate. No record of where she had gone to school before. Just a single, faded photograph of a girl who looked like Chioma, but not quite. Her eyes were colder, older. On the back of the photo, in faint pencil, someone had written, "Beware the third shadow." The next day, I decided to stay late in the classroom. I wanted to see for myself what was happening. The school was quiet, the hallways dark. I sat at my desk, waiting. Hours passed, and nothing happened. Then, the lights flickered. Once. Twice. Then they went out completely. The room was pitch black, but I could feel something in the corners. At first, I thought it was my imagination. Then I saw them, 3 shapes, darker than the darkness around them. They stood still, but I knew they were watching me. The third shadow stepped closer. It didn't have a face. Its body was like smoke, moving and shifting. But it spoke, its voice deep and rough. "She warned you, but you didn't listen." I stumbled back, my heart pounding. "What do you want?" I shouted. The shadow tilted its head, like it was laughing. "You're part of this now. You always were." Before I could move, it rushed toward me, and everything went black. I woke up in the hospital. The janitor had found me on the classroom floor, unconscious, clutching Chioma's photograph. My wife sat beside me, her eyes full of worry.
What happened, my love?
She asked. I didn't know what to say. All I could think about was the shadow's last words. This is only the beginning. Even now, lying in the hospital bed, I can still hear Chioma's laugh.
What did Chioma leave behind? And who, or what, is the third shadow? Don't miss the next part of the story. The truth is only beginning to unfold. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for more.